quicker?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just finding completions early on, getting yourself going, and I think it's honestly just a mental thing, not trying to feel the game out, just going in and, if Coach A calls a shot early on, take the shot if it's there. If he calls it intermediate pass, read the defense, space it out, whatever it is, and just get things rolling, because I feel like when we start fast and, we put points up on the board early, we're going to be really tough to compete with.
How does the game change for you from the first quarter to the second quarter to the third quarter? Because obviously you played better as the game went on, but is there something that changes throughout the game? You better feel like, is there anything to point to?
Yeah, I think you just kind of get into a little bit of a rhythm, I think, early on, just as an offense. And, I think I wasn't necessarily helping, but we were just choppy. And, we really never got into a rhythm. I feel like every single time we would take 2 steps forward, we'd take a step back, and it's hard to move the ball, especially early on when you're playing behind the sticks and you're in those 3rd and long situations. It's an uphill battle at that point. So I think we needed to do better on 1st and 2nd down. I needed to do better on 1st and 2nd down, keeping us on schedule, especially early on, because I think, we showed in that second half when we're moving the ball early on in the drive and we get things going, we'll put points up on the board.
Kyle, everybody spent 2 weeks talking about Marv's ankle, and they didn't pay any attention to you.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
How would you assess just generally how you developed this year, how you're playing right now?
I think just taking a step back and looking at the 5 games, I think I've made good progress from game 1 to game 5. But it's exciting knowing that, we're 5-0 and we're in a good spot. But there's so much for this team and myself included to just grow upon. I feel like we're not even tapped into the potential team that we can be. And so knowing that we have a lot more room to improve and grow upon. It's exciting.
You guys use more 12 personnel than you have all season against Maryland. How does that change the look for you, both in the running game and the passing game?
Yeah, I think just with our tight ends room, we got really, I think, 3 or 4 guys that can do really good things in the pass game, getting out and running routes, and then also guys that can go in there and block. And so I think that creates a mismatch. If they want to put a linebacker on them, I like that matchup. And then if they want to keep an extra DB on the field, we'll do a good job running the ball. So I think it's just kind of that chess kind of game going back and forth. And that tight end room has done a really good job of being able to do both of those things for us.
Where have you seen G take the biggest steps this year?
Yeah, I think G, obviously, coming over from receiver, I really don't think he ever lost anything in his route running and his ball skills or anything like that. I feel like the biggest thing was just becoming that physical presence on the field. And, it takes a while when, you play, your whole life out in the perimeter, and now you have to put your hand in the dirt. But he's done a great job embracing that. He's one of the toughest guys on the team, and I feel like he really enjoys the dirty work that a tight end does.
You ripped back-to-back touchdowns to Marvin.
Yeah.
Ryan said it was the most comfortable, confident that you've looked in the red zone.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that too? Do you think that was the most comfortable that you've been in the red zone, and how can you kind of take that forward and learn from that?
Yeah, I feel like with both of those plays that he called, he got a good pre-snap look at the defense and then confirmed that post-snap. And obviously Marvin did a great job on both those plays, getting open. And in the red zone, I think, nothing's really open. You just have to trust that your guy's going to make a contested catch, and then that's exactly what he did. So I think that was good to kind of see, myself and the whole offense kind of take a step in the right direction in that area, because obviously early on, that was one of the areas we struggled in. So to take a step in the right direction and continue to grow upon that is, I think, the goal now.
Kelly, your chemistry with Emeka Egbuka is now world famous, because of the Notre Dame game and even last week. What do you miss when you lose a guy for a game or two like that? And who do you expect to step up big time maybe this week?
Yeah, I mean, Mech is obviously a fantastic player. You can put him in the slot or outside. He's going to make plays regardless. But I feel like if there's any position room that could, have a next guy up and really not skip a beat, it would be that receiver room. So regardless of if Meg is going to play or not, I'm not sure. But just having confidence in the guys in that room, we're extremely deep in that room. So I think regardless of who goes out there, if he doesn't play, I don't think we'll miss a beat.
Is Cardinal Tate basically ready for like a more fuller action? I mean, a more full-time kind of action?
Yeah, I think Yeah.
Take on him. Yeah.
I mean, Carnell's been ready since the day he got here. I mean, he was extremely polished, and obviously spending the last 8 months with Coach Hartline and Coach Day, and kind of shaping up his game. I mean, he's going to be scary good. So I think it's not if, but when for Carnell, and whenever that is, he's going to take off.
Two more questions.
I mean, I feel like honestly, I think I have a part to do. With that run game, I feel like I have to do better early on, get us ahead of the change. Because I think it's tough when teams either are anticipating the run because we're not passing the ball well, or if we're not passing the ball well in early downs and we're behind the chain, 2nd and 10, whatever, and then it's tough to run the ball in those situations because you're trying to play catch up. But I feel like it's at times it's there, and I feel like there's been points throughout the year where the passing game hasn't looked great and the run game has carried us. And I wouldn't say that was necessarily the case on Saturday. I feel like we were just playing behind the sticks, and so we were trying to pass the ball to make up for it. But I see it in practice every day, like it's there, and I think it's only a matter of time now till this thing really takes off.
Kyle, you've thrown the ball to Cade a lot this year. Just what has Cade done to make you so comfortable throwing the ball?
Yeah, Cade is a dog, man. I mean, there's not a thing on that field that he can't do at that tight end position. And so, like I was talking about earlier, I think it just creates a mismatch. And he's done a great job, I think, of taking that next step as a receiver. I feel like with his route running and his ball skills and just his knowledge of the game, I feel like that's where he's grown the most this past year. I mean, he just looks more comfortable running routes, and obviously when you're playing with a great receiving core, there's going to be some good mismatches with Cade, and I think we've done a good job so far of exploiting them.